Hi, UGBA 117 Digital Transformation, it's Jason here. Here I'm showing you again my morning briefing tools for stock market investment. When you have a portfolio and you don't have the time to follow all the news, all the important earning days, macroeconomic trend, especially things like interest cut, important data release of the general market, you need a tool that can help you get these important updates of your investment each morning before the stock market opens. Previously, we have deployed Make.com and Zephyr to work on this project. But the problem we found was that it wouldn't pull all the real-time data all the time. Sometimes it would gather outdated data, but we couldn't fix the API over there. So here we are on Cursor, and Cursor is everywhere. I don't need any codings for Cursor. I just put my instructions. Okay, so here you see this is my instruction to Cursor. Help me write a Python program, and you are my pre-market analyst. I put all my requirement here. I want you to send me this information every morning at a specific time, specific standard time. And I can pass email address to it, which means my receiving email address, and I can pass a specific time to the prompt in the sending time. And the response from the program, which is my API, OpenAI API, will be sent to an email. Okay, so here is just the syncing process. But what I want to be mentioning is the environment configuration, and also my API key are very important to get the program running. So here, as asked by Cursor, I put my OpenAI API key, which I also uploaded $5 to run the program. And here are the sending and receiving emails to run the morning briefing program. Sending email is my high school email, rocky@oakgroveschool.com, and receiving email jason7@berkeley.edu. Yeah, as you can see, that part is the configuration environment variables over here. You know, this is a test run once, and the set time run just a syncing process, OpenAI API key, just telling me all the process, which I really familiar. Where should I put the OpenAI key? It was telling me, all the information here. Pasted my key over here. Okay, but to get the program running, it's really important that I connect the Google Gmail server with the OpenAI API, and I need a specific password, two-step password from Google. So here is just like the step to pull the server, which I did exactly the same thing over here. And the email user, sending email, I put my high school email. And yeah, I got the 16 digits special passcode to run the program, which is required to connect this thing with the sending email. And yeah, the email generated was pasted over there. So yeah, now we have everything, the API key and also the Google server connected. So okay, was working here for 3 hours, and we ran the program for the first time. The long thinking process. Let me pull you to the step. We are using Python here, and actually for the first time we found errors, and I had to ask cursor to debug. Okay, so yeah, I said now we have all the configuration variables deployed, and we need to run a test. Set the time in the afternoon, 5:51. So it did run the program. Found some issues over here. All the tests were passed. So everything worked perfectly fine when cursor was trying to test all the metrics itself. But then when I was trying to run through the terminal part, which I put the instruction of the real time, which was August the 14th, to send me information. Here actually it was showing all the errors. So going back here, I asked, so what went wrong? And the cursor was checking itself because of the debug was not complete enough. So right now it's trying to fixing all the stuff itself and making sure the program will eventually run itself. So that's the output after cursor did all the debug itself, right? Sorry, this was in Chinese. But the issue here was the same as Make.com and Zephyr. So the data was from 2022. Here again. And we asked cursor to fix it because it's from 2022. So how do we fix it? So the instruction we put here was we asked cursor to add a pre-market analyzer, the augmented analyzer. And this pre-market augmented analyzer has a more specific prompt, emphasize on only using the real data, and reduce the randomity of the AI mode, pulling all real data from the internet, deliver the most accurate information here. We ran a test of the real-time share price of my portfolio company, which is good. It's a real-time price, that's not from 2022. So yeah, suggest us to use this enhanced analyzer. So now pre-market, this is useless, right? This is some thinking process. And I've asked the new email to be in English. But also in the process, we later learned that cursor automatically added an API actually from Yahoo Finance, pull all the real-time finance data from my portfolio company, as well as all the news on Yahoo Finance. And all the version was running, tested, successful. Not only the general pre-market one, but also the enhanced pre-market analyzing one. Yeah, so everything looks perfect. And then we changed the instruction over here by the terminal. At 1:21, send us the pre-market analysis. And then going back here, we got the most recent updated one with all the companies I have under my portfolio. So NIO is a Chinese EV maker. On the last 24 hours, hasn't been any release or significant news. Macroeconomic trends, inflation data, right? Probably also the future interest cut, investment advice, and risk warning. NIO has a recent price drop, and actually this was due to the slow growth. The company is expecting to make net positive cash flow by the fourth quarter. Right now, giving the delivery data on June and July, it's gonna be a hard pull. Many more information here. So the UI has been significantly improved from the previous Make.com version. It's pretty concise, right? Still need some work here to make the information more useful. But still, this is some good information. Every morning, just wake up and receive something in your inbox. If you have something more specific you want to explore, right, then you do your own research on ChatGPT and stuff. So yeah, this is your personal assistance for the morning briefing of your portfolio. Thanks for watching. Welcome any feedback. Thank you.